So in this video, we're gonna be comparing and rating Paladins and Overwatch to see which one is better. We're gonna compare everything, gameplay wise, characters wise, even skins, like literally everything, to see which one does it better. Now I've spent quite a lot of hours in both games and I love both of these games. Now I just want to say before the video starts, this is all gonna be my opinion. This is all gonna be based from my experience, which one I like better, and we're gonna be starting off at the very beginning, which one has a better tutorial. So I'm gonna be playing both tutorial games, both in Paladins and Overwatch again, and let's pretend that we don't know anything about both of these games. We never played them, we don't know how to move, we don't know how to shoot, so we're gonna be pretending to be a noob and we're gonna see which tutorial is better. Now let's start with Paladins over here. Okay, that's how you move, WACD. Hello there, Ying.
Follow me.
I follow you? Okay.
If your health reaches 0, you die.
Oh yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Okay, so I shoot the Androxus.
Well done.
Hustle.
Follow Ying to the next area.
I'll follow Ying. No, you follow me, bitch. So we're gonna be pretending to be a noob. Okay, it's teaching me how to use the iron sight. Okay, it's teaching me how to use my ultimate now. Here you go, I ult. They're also teaching you how to push the payload.
Objectives are marked by a pedestal on the ground.
Oh, it's capturing the point. I think I'm gonna get the payload now. Okay, so I'm gonna push the payload. Okay, so far, this is very detailed. It's teaching you how to use your abilities. It's teaching you how to capture the point, and now we're pushing the payload.
Well done.
So, is that my first time doing the tutorial? Have I never done the tutorial for Paladins? Alright, let's try Overwatch 2 tutorial. We got a little cutscene over here and we just walk. Damn, dude. Okay, so far, goddamn, that's already way better.
Please use your controls to look at Tracer.
Wait, it's teaching you how to move your mouse? Dude, they didn't do this in Paladins. Now they teach us about the movement. So we're following Tracer now. It's same in Paladins. We followed Ying. Okay, a little bit more challenging. Oh wow, that is very challenging.
I need to damage you slightly.
Wait, what? No! Ah, shit! Why you damage? Okay, they're teaching us how to use the abilities now. So that's pretty good. Okay, now it's teaching me how to use my ult. There you go. I just, free aimbot. Okay, now it's teaching me how to capture the point. So here we go. We also did this in Paladins. And there we go. We finished capturing it. So I've just played both of the games tutorial, and I would say Overwatch is definitely better in tutorial. Now Paladins did a pretty good job teaching you the very basic stuff, how to move, how to shoot, how to use your abilities. But the thing is, Overwatch did it slightly better. It even taught you how to move your mouse, so it was definitely a little bit better. I will say Paladins tutorial is around 8 out of 10, and Overwatch is definitely better, so I would say 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about which game is more polished. Now, what do I mean by polish? What I mean is basically when you play the game, is it laggy? Is it buggy? Can you like play the game properly and there's no problem? That's what I mean about polish. Obviously, Overwatch will win this one. Paladins is how do I say this? Buggy. There's a lot of bugs in Paladins. Sometimes your character is like getting stuck in like some maps. Sometimes there's no audio, so you can't even hear anything. Like literally, there's someone ulting and I don't know they're ulting because I cannot hear anything. And sometimes I can't even open the game. Like literally, like look at this. I'm still stuck in the attempting to log in.
Yes, me too.
I don't think we're playing Paladins. I don't think it's happening. And in Overwatch, I've spent so much hours in Overwatch and I don't even remember the last time I've gotten the bug in Overwatch. I've heard some of my friends gotten some bugs, but personally, maybe I've gotten one before, but I just don't remember. But in short, Overwatch is definitely more polished than Paladins. So I will give a rating maybe 5 out of 10 for Paladins, and I would say maybe 8.5, or I would say 9. You know what? Let's just say 9 out of 10 for Overwatch. Now let's talk about difficulty. Which game is easier and which game is harder to play? Now personally, I think both games can be hard in different ways. I would say the difficulty for Paladins, I would say around 7 out of 10, and Overwatch, not that far behind. I would say around 6 or 6.5 out of 10. Now let me explain. The reason why I gave this to Paladins is because there's just a lot more happening in Paladins. As soon as you get a match, you have to pick one of these talents Paladins, which one are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick this one or maybe this one? After you pick that talent, now you're gonna pick what loadout are you gonna choose. Am I gonna use this loadout or maybe this loadout? We don't know. After you pick your loadout, now you need to look at the enemy team. What do the enemy have? Do they stun a lot? Do they have a lot of damage? After you figure that out, now you need to buy an item. So for example, they do a lot of damage. Now you need to buy Haven, for example, because you need to reduce the damage. There's definitely a lot more happening in Paladins, because as soon as you get in a game in Paladins, there's no swapping characters. In Overwatch, as soon as you get into the game, well, you just play. There's no talents, there's no items, there's nothing of that, and if you get countered, well, you can just swap heroes. So I would say Paladins is a little bit more confusing, but I will say though, mechanically, Overwatch is definitely harder to play. If we compare like snipers in both games, let's just say in Paladins I'm playing Kinessa, a sniper champion, and in Overwatch I'm playing Widowmaker. Mechanically, Widowmaker is just a lot harder to play because the hitbox in Paladins are so massive for some reason. If you're playing a sniper, it's a lot easier to hit them. So Paladins is just way more confusing and a lot more work to do, but mechanically, Overwatch is definitely harder. That's why the scores are not very different, because I think both games can be hard in their own way. But if you say Overwatch is definitely a lot more harder, you can also say that. I wouldn't argue with you. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Which gameplay is just a lot more fun? Now I'm gonna have to give this again to Paladins. I would say Paladins have like maybe 8 out of 10, and Overwatch not that far off. I'll say 7.5 out of 10. Now this category kind of just depends on you. At least for me, Paladins is a little bit more fun. The reason why I think Paladins is more fun, as I've said, there's like talents, there's loadouts, there's items. You need to think about all of those stuff. You cannot just swap mid-game if you're getting countered. You have to like strategize what you should do if you get countered. I've used this example before. If you want to play damage support, for example, you can do that in Paladins. Let's just say in Overwatch, you're playing damage Moira. You can definitely play damage Moira in Overwatch and you're gonna get reported, I just want to say. But in Paladins, you can definitely play damage support, because supports in Paladins, they have talents that you can use so you can play damage. Same scenario with tanks. There's some tanks that can heal. For example, over here, Skye in Paladins, I can play her as a flank or I can play her as a support. In Overwatch, for example, let's talk about Sombra, because Sombra is the closest as Skye. With Sombra, you're just a flanker, you're just a damage. You cannot play as a support as Sombra. In Paladins, the character is always different. It depends on the player. Do they have different builds? Do they have different loadouts? In Overwatch, the character is always the same. It just depends who is playing that character. For me, the gameplay in Paladins is just more diverse. There's just a lot more happening. I would definitely say Paladins is slightly better than Overwatch, but again, this is based on your opinion. If you think Overwatch is more fun, then that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you. Okay, now let's talk about graphics. Now, I don't need to explain this, but let's just say Overwatch is definitely gonna win this one. I will say the graphics in Paladins, maybe 7 out of 10. And in Overwatch, I'll just say 10. Dude, it's 10. The visuals in Overwatch is just stunning. It's just amazing. Look at this in Paladins. I mean, it's not bad, you know, it looks nice. It's not bad, but if you just look at this really quick, Jesus Christ, it's not even close. Like, Overwatch will easily win this one. If you play Paladins, it looks like you're cartoonish and it's like fantasy-like. In Overwatch, it's all like reality. I mean, this one is gonna be short. Overwatch is definitely gonna win this one. I mean, come on, dude. Now let's talk about characters' abilities. Now this category is probably the hardest category for me to make. In my opinion, they're all very unique, but obviously I have to make a decision, and I'm gonna give this to Paladins. Paladins, I'm gonna rate maybe 9 out of 10 maybe, and Overwatch is very close. I would say 8.5 out of 10. Now you might be wondering, why did I choose Paladins abilities over Overwatch? My reasoning is because there's just so much more characters in Paladins. I don't know how many they are currently. I'm gonna put in the screen right now. It's just so hard not to find a main in Paladins. There's no way in hell you cannot find a single main. Do you want a character that has like dragon and stuff? Well, there's Imani over here. She has a pet dragon, and I don't even know what this is. I think it's a big worm. Yeah, that's very unique as well. In Overwatch, I mean, I did say Overwatch is a little bit more realistic. In Overwatch, their abilities is really good. I mean, there's Diva Mech, for example. There's a robot that can transform into a turret. There's a tank that is so mobile. Val, who's using a gauntlet. Both games have very amazing abilities, but the only reason why I put Paladins slightly better is because there's just more fantasy-like in Paladins. There's just a lot more crazy things happening. So yeah, Paladins is slightly gonna win this one, but honestly, I will put this in tie if I have to. Like, both of them are so good. Now, speaking of characters, let's talk about their design. Now, this is not including the graphics, because obviously Overwatch will win if that's the case, but this is just purely based on how well the design for each characters, how unique the characters are. And again, I'm gonna have to give this to Paladins. Paladins, honestly, I will give them 10 out of 10, and for Overwatch, I will give it 9 out of 10. Now, don't get me wrong, the characters in Overwatch, all of them are very unique. All of them are beautiful. My only reasoning why I put Paladins slightly a little bit better is because, again, so much happening in Paladins. Do you want to play as a human? Yes, there's a lot of human characters in Paladins. Do you want to play as a robot? Yes, there's a lot of robot characters in Paladins. Do you want to play like as an animal? Yep, there's an animal looking character. Do you want to play like a mythical creatures? Yes, there's also mythical creatures. Paladins is just more diverse when it comes to characters. There's just a lot more happening. In Overwatch, yes, the characters are very unique, and honestly, I love all of the characters as well in Overwatch, but I mean, first of all, you can also play as humans in Overwatch. You can also play as robots. You can also play as animals, but that's basically it. There's a lot more to choose from in Paladins. To be fair, Overwatch is more realistic than fantasy-like. So yeah, that's my reasoning why I gave this to Paladins. It's because it's more diverse. There's a lot more to choose from than in Overwatch. Now let's talk about skins in both games. Oh, this category is also killing me because both games are so good, but I have to make a choice. Just based from skins itself, Overwatch will win this one for sure. Just look at the mythical skins, for example. Look at the details. Look at this skin, bro. Another mythical skin over here, for example, Anna. Just look at the details, dude. Like, compare the default skin and then the mythical skin. Dude, it looks so good. Overwatch skins are just top tier. They're absolutely amazing. But the reason why I give this to Paladins is because, again, there's more diversity. You can play as an animal, you can play as a human, a robot. Like, I've already said this stuff. The second reason why I give this to Paladins is you can mix the skins. That's what got me to put Paladins a little bit better. For example, this skin over here. This skin looks amazing, let's just say. But I don't like the weapon skin. Well, I can just change the weapon skin to something else because I can mix the skins. Vice versa, I like the weapon skin, but I don't like the character skin. I can just keep the weapon skin and change the actual character skin. But yeah, that's my only reasoning why I put Paladins slightly better, is because diversity and the mixing skins. But if we're just talking about strictly just the skins, Overwatch skins are god tier. The Paladins is nowhere near as close. Now this is where Overwatch will easily beat Paladins, the lore. So let's talk about the rating first. Obviously Overwatch will easily get 10 out of 10, and Paladins, let's just say it's not that good, so 4 out of 10 I will say. But let's talk about Paladins first. Paladins lore is very mediocre at best. I mean, let's just talk about Kazumi, for example. How is there a ghost in Paladins? Like it doesn't make sense. Like, why is she existing in Paladins? Same with Yagoroth, for example. Why is there a massive worm? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, when you play Paladins, you don't really consider about the lore as much. Now, I will admit, there are some lores in Paladins that are actually pretty good. For example, for me, Vorus lore is pretty good, but not all of them are the best. Now, in Overwatch, every single character in Overwatch, the details in their lore is just so amazing. In Overwatch, you play the character because of how fun they are, the way they look, and their lore. Every single character has a really good lore. It's just amazing how they did it so well. This is not even a competition. Like, Overwatch is just straight up bullying Paladins here. Now let's talk about the maps in both games. Now let's forget about the graphics, because obviously Overwatch will win this one, but we're We're just strictly talking about how good the maps look like. And unfortunately, this is also not really a challenge for Overwatch. Overwatch will easily get 10 out of 10 for this one, and Paladins, let's just say maybe 7 out of 10. I would even say 6 out of 10 maybe, but honestly the rating doesn't even matter. Overwatch will win this one. I mean, let me give you guys a tour really quick. For example, this map over here. This map in Paladins is not bad, right? It looks cool. There's like a big castle. Another map over here. I mean, it's not bad, right? It's good enough, you know? It's good enough. But if we swap to Overwatch, oh my fucking god, it's not even a competition. Just look at the details. Like, the way they designed the maps are just absolutely stunning, dude. You can even look outside the map. It's like detailed. Another map over here. Just look at this. It just looks absolutely amazing. It's not even a competition. So yeah, this is gonna be a quick one. Overwatch will easily win this one. Now let's talk about ranked or competitive. Which rank in both games is better? Now I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Both of these games have terrible ranked system. Like, I hate both of them. So let's just say in Paladins I'll give it like, I don't know, 4 out of 10. It's not really the best. And in Overwatch it's definitely better, so I will say 6 out of 10. Now in Overwatch, they did talk about in the future they're changing the system for ranked. I'm gonna put a small clip over here.
No, so in Season 9, we're introducing a variety of changes to competitive play. First, we're removing the requirement to get 5 wins or 15 losses to get a competitive update. In its place, we're adding a new page that makes your rank more transparent than ever. Let's go. We call this the competitive overview. With this new system, your rank will update after every match, win or loss. The progress bar at the bottom shows exactly how much your rank increased after this win.
So they did say that they're gonna improve on rank system, so that's why Overwatch for me is gonna win this one. In Paladin's rank system, the only thing that I actually like is there's a banning system and you actually get good rewards. Not only you get the golden skins, you also get some other stuff. You can get a skin, you can get like a border. For example, over here, last season I got platinum, so I got like a border platinum over here, so I can use that in game to like show it off. But I still gave this to Overwatch because they did say in the future that they're gonna also add the banning system, so there's that. And second, I love the role queues in Overwatch. I love the way I can just queue up as a damage, for example, and I can just get damage like 100%. Even if you don't like role queues, there's an open queue for you. In here you can play any role you want. In Paladins they can easily throw in ranked. There's some cases in Paladins you don't even have a support. There's some cases you don't even have a tank. In Overwatch that doesn't really happen because you are just locked in that role, unless obviously you're playing an open queue. So yeah, that's the reason why Overwatch will win this one, because of the role queue. There's less people throwing, and I really think Paladins should also do that. Honestly, the role queues are just amazing. Now let's talk about custom games. Which game has a better custom game? And this is actually kind of easy as well. In Overwatch it's obviously 10 out of 10, and in Paladins I'm gonna have to say like maybe 6 out of 10 maybe. In Paladins, I mean, you can like increase your movement speed, you can like lower your cooldowns, you can like increase how much you get your ultimate and stuff like that. I mean, it's fun and all, but like if you compare it to Overwatch, for example, oh my god, dude, look how many you can choose from. You can have like an aim training if you want to. There's Genji ping pong, which is actually really fun. There's like parkour stuff that you can do. There's a lot that you can do. So this is gonna be an easy one again for Overwatch. Overwatch is just on a roll right now. So this is gonna be a quick one again because Overwatch is just destroying Paladins. Now this is gonna be the last one. It's not that important, but the cinematics. Which game has a better cinematic? Now I'll be honest though, both games have a very nice cinematics. I mean, just look at Paladins really quick. It looks very nice, and Overwatch it looks amazing, but Overwatch will win this one. I mean, first of all, in Paladins it's quite short. I don't know, it's like maybe a minute of cinematic or maybe 2 minutes. But in Overwatch, oof, you're getting a full story. In Overwatch it's like, I don't know, 8 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes. They have different art style, like Paladins is like a bit more cartoonish and Overwatch is more realistic. I'm gonna have to give Paladins a rating of 8 out of 10, but Overwatch, oof, another 10 out of 10. Like honestly, Overwatch can easily make a movie and everyone will watch it. And I'm pretty sure they also have like cartoonish as well. Like they have like an anime cinematic as well. So you know, in short, Overwatch is winning this one for sure. Now, overall, which one is the better game? Now, that is for you to decide. Comment down below if you guys agree with me or not. But of course, keep in mind that this is all just my opinion. Like, this is actually a really hard video to make because I love both of these games, and it's kind of hard to compare some moments because it kind of just depends the way you look at it. But in short, there's a reason why I play both of these games and I don't really have problems with them. Both of these games are amazing. It's just up to you which one you prefer. But with that, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.